What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. People are freaking out about dual power and its effect on the market already, but there's something else going on that I think is almost as important because dual power is all the way in April, 4.5 months away, where right now Soul Fusion Special Edition is wrecking havoc on the market, and it is beautiful for players looking for cheaper cards than they were. Colossus down towards 50, as we kind of originally projected this card's price to be before we found out it was kind of hard to get. Danger Little Sneck is down towards 32 still. Trap Trick falling from that initial 20 on release of the special edition to 18, and progressively the entire Thunder Dragon deck gets cheaper to get. This is awesome overall, and GameStop's having that sale where it's buy one get one until Christmas on all product, including a brand new product, the Soul Fusion Special Edition. So it's the perfect storm where in the off season, so to speak, regionals will ramp back up in January, but right now the season is slowing and a lot of people are selling cards off for Christmas presents and that sort of thing. Actually, Summon Sorceress I would have predicted would be a solid $3 card, but you only need one for the transitional piece in your extra decks, so it kind of makes sense that she's under that typical really good promo slot. And we continue to look for Isolde. She's actually just $1. It's really awesome how all these promos turned out. Even Neo Space Connector, the Super, is up here under $1. This is amazing. I think over time, Neo Space Connector, the Super will go up as most good promos that are a rarity bump of another common, like Call by the Grave, etc. Wavering Eyes, that'll see heavy use in some meta. Maybe not immediately, but some meta. This is going to get freaking abused, and I think it'll go up from here. So I think this is a decent investment. If you're just trading, get this as throw-ins, etc. Or bust open those half-price special editions yourself and get cracking at these, as Jobber might say. But overall, that's why Soul Fusion is tanking. People messaged me again last night freaking out about Thunder Dragon being 50, and I'm happy. This is where I thought it always should have been, but it just took this long of a route to get here. Still an amazing deck, still a really good call against Sky Strikers, and I think one of the safest decks that are least likely to be hit as we head towards that sweet spot at the WCQ. Now, dual power. Everyone's freaking out about it. Everything is going nuts. The Necros are one thing I'm thinking about here, that as I watch the prices on release, I think there's going to be a hit to the prices, but max rarity Necros, the secrets are still going to look nicer than the Ultra in my book. And I see tanking and panic selling already. I think this is one of the things I would offload now and pick back up later if I wanted highest rarity. And a lot of people immediately just going, yeah, I'm going to list mine at 40 or lower than it was. Deservedly so. This will bottom out definitely. Pick back up your higher rarity stuff later. Evenly Matched and Borolo Dragon were the two last chase cards of the Megatons. Now Skull Dread can't even make back, you know, the price of a 10. Maybe if you're getting those half-off 10s right now, you could. And it's the last card that is now a chase card, as Firewall Dragon, of course, got banned. And then you have the rest of the Megatons, you know, floating near $6. It's once again, in half of a year, the Megatons value was completely crushed. So unless Megatons get really strong promos, I think we're seeing a repeat trend in history that, yeah, it's a nice coolant to the market, but should I be holding on to cards like these if I have extras? It looks like a solid yikes for me. It really does, when now we eliminated the last two cards that could get the 10s back as reprints in another set. Although still, Secret Rare Evenly Matched probably will be in more demand than the, Ultra. I think Borreload might look really good as an ultra rare. And if they do the alternate art, it really comes down to taste, I suppose, for who will want what version. Let's talk about history. Let's look back. Ash Blossom announced reprint. Tanked in price. That was painful. And then, oh no, it's hard to get. The first Ed Secret Rare original printings will hold the most value for any card that is so competitive like this. I think people will want Secret Rare Impermanences over Ultras. You're going to already see that joke floating around Zodiac. Oh yeah, Ultra Impermanence can't be activated from the hand. That sort of thing. You need the max rarity, you plebs. But realistically, it does the same thing. But the matter is, how short printed will it be? Will it be short printed? And how many will be pulled per, 2 cases, because 2 cases equal, price-wise, 1 case of a regular set. So we'll see how many actually get onto the market. And again, history repeats itself. I don't think this will be tanking too fast, but we already see it jump down from 86 towards 80, which isn't even a 10% decrease. So I think we've learned a little from history, and it's so far off. We have several YCSs in the way, such as Chicago, the team one at Atlanta for the US. We have the Australian one. There's so many events before this can even hit, and it's so far off. It'll be interesting to see how fast or slow it begins to go down, along with our little history lesson there. Ghost Bell similarly did go down a little. It was still trying to hang up near that $60 mark. And now we see it towards 50s as people panic sell. I think this one will go down further. I don't know that it'll be shorter printed, but they did tend to hit the hand traps. Again, if we remember Kaiba's collection, the ratios were different for EU and USA. So it's just interesting stuff to watch, wondering what will happen to this sort of, card. Like, when there's so many freaking good cards in the set, what's going to stay money? What's going to keep its value? And again, secret rares probably will be more in demand than the Ultra, but it'll be nice to see the art in Ultra for me. We look to the past, Ghost Ogre, all copies have stayed at like, $12+, and this will be Ghost Bell's first printing. Look at how many versions of Ghost Ogre there are. You'll maintain some value out of Bell no matter what. One of the losers I think that'll be out of this is Naturia Beast. I think this will tank on all fronts except its max rarity, the DT. Maybe the Secret will hold a little too, just for preference, but I think the DT will have the most value. Of course it will, it's the highest rarity, but I mean, stick closest to the value it's at now. Like, I don't think we've ever seen this fall under 32, whereas we already have an Ultra variant that looked really weird. Honestly, the Ultras out of 5Ds looked weird, so the new Ultra Rare likely to look a little better, and I think it'll, like most Nat Beasts did, start out near like $2 mayhaps after pre-sale prices calm down and the market settles. So that's actually my prediction on that, because there's so many good cards. We look at the past where an in-demand card becomes very easily accessible, like Into the Void, sticks around $1 to $2. It's actually just crazy, where it was 17 before and it was just the quantity. So I really do think Naturia Beast could be a $2 ultra rare. Card of Demise similarly getting another printing here. It's almost like they support this card now. They're like, yo, look, it wasn't so bad. Play this in your rogue strategy. We can all have a good time with this. So Card of Demise is one of those odd ones to me. I don't know where it's going to land. $8? $10? I really can't see a card like Card of Demise under $10. But it really comes down to how accessible it is again. And there's no secret rares in this. It's all ultras. It's similar to Duel Saga. So it's really going to just come down to ratios at the end of the day. A suggestion. Cyber Dragons are at their all-time cheapest. And we see our little Cyber Dragon Naster buddy get announced. So Rev Systems, all-time low. Seeger, all-time low. Hers, all-time low. You could also chase them with half-off Saiho special editions from GameStop, but Cyber Emergency is actually spiking up a little bit right now. It's 20 even versus a market price of 17. I see one for Canada, hecka cheap, at 13. I almost picked it up myself, but I always want to leave my audience the deals. And then we see 17, 17, 17, 17. So almost half price versus TCG player for the lowest before it quickly does start to rise on up, but it looks more like a $17 bill over here. Just kind of the difference between platforms and why I'm always screaming at you guys to check both, and not just both. Always look around at Amazon. Sometimes the actual sales are slower over there and you can find a deal because people don't check Amazon as much. Final note here, the Aromage Link was announced, and this is above market price, but I think it's about where it's been. I think people told me it was at 15, so maybe it got baby bumped up, and it's 18 over here. I don't know that the plants will be amazing, but life does find a way, to quote Jurassic Park. I think we are different than the OCG, and plants could really do something, and people are really speculating on Needle Fiber being in Savage Strike since it's the Synchro set. So it's interesting to look at this and just see that these are so expensive, and not really for the greatest of reasons, other than they're hard to get. It's kind of the old school Miss the Megaton mentality. So take it as what you will, and I don't really have advice. Let me know if you are a plant player or you're excited for the Road Mage Link, what you actually think about the prices on these cards, and if you think they might see a reprint, because we will see a couple of much-needed reprints in that set. If the Road Mage Link is in there, will they toss us a Jasmine too? Or are you like, I would need the secret rare anyways? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. That's going to be today's Market Watch. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed the discussion. I know Duel Power, it's so overstated, but at the same time, it really is one of the most amazing release products Konami's ever announced. It all comes down to how they're going to handle it. And again, like, it's $1 a card. You're paying $30 for 30 cards. So at the end of the day, this is going to be a set where you have a lot of $5 to $10 cards still. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Have people learned from history, or will there be panic sales closer to the actual release? Because we've got a long time to actually look at the road ahead towards this. Thanks for watching, everybody.